Hello rovers, with version 3.0 already dropped, we've been roving in Solaris 3 for about 1.5 years. While the character design from the teaser are interesting, I cannot help but remember about one particular character that also has futuristic design from Jinjo. It also was the first 5-star character given by Kuro for free, which is Xiangli Yao. And while some rovers apparently have taken some liking to this young principal of Waxu Academy, some also confused by his existence. The confusion often stems from one simple fact: new players have no way of knowing his origin story because the event that introduced him by Moon's Grace has never been permanently added back to the game. This brings us back to central question: why is Kuro doing this? Why the decision to keep By Moon's Grace inaccessible is not only frustrating for veteran players, but also fundamentally unfair to new players who want to understand the only free 5-star characters. In the following sections, I want to explain some of the reasons why, which I need to add some disclaimer here that none of these are confirmed, it's only opinions and educated guesses of mine, so I hope you understand. I make this video because I also frustrated by the fact that this event never occurred again, and I feel bad for newer players to experience the story gap with not only Xiangli Yao, but also Zezi. So, first problem is Jian Companion Quest. Let's see where this event was taking place. By Moon's Grace takes place in the Taoyuan Vale, which also where Jian Companion Quest takes place too. By Moon's Grace was a massive festival event with multiple mini-games, fair mechanics, and temporary stalls. So, converting a complex, multi-layered interactive festival environment into a permanent archive is more technically challenging than simply archiving a linear story quest. It's like, do Kuro want to put only the story, or do they want to include the mini-games as well? Of course, the experience will be better if they include the mini-games, as in actuality, when I play this event, the story is tied to how far the progress of your minigame goes. Do you know what Kuro can do about this? A Sonoro-like place where they have to displace one entire event into another bubble of space really sounds like Sonoro Sphere, and Kuro actually already did this, for instance, Carlotta's Mirror, Cantarella's Portoveno Castle, and lastly where the absolute cinema happened, Journeying Paradise, which you can replay the sequence of this place again. That's exactly like how a quest works, no? I really believe Kuro can do something about this too for By Moon's Grace. The second problem is the seasonal festival rule. So in the gacha genre, or usual live service game, flagship events that are tied to real-world or in-game festival are almost never made permanent. So in recurring nature, the Moon Chasing Festival is implied to be an annual holiday, and developers typically remove this event so they can bring back the festival in the following year with a new story and new rewards. So for example, if they made the By Moon's Grace Festival permanent, which is the story about Xiangli Yao and Zezi, it would clash with the potential Moon Chasing Festival Year 2, which could be about another character. However, we can scratch this idea because that didn't really happen in version 2.x. For the context, By Moon's Grace was recurring on August 15, 2024 until September 28, 2024, which, if we time skip to 1 year later, it was around version 2.5 and 2.6. It was along those times, and yeah, we got new version of Dreaming Deep instead at that time. I don't like that event. Third reason, this is more like technical issue than anything, is how big the game file now. In this context, I'm using PC desktop, but console might also have this case.
As in right now, when I check the game file without reducing anything, and also I have English and Japanese voice pack, is around 120GB. For a live service game, this is big size. Like I said, By Moon's Grace is a complex event. Adding this back into the game certainly will add more size, and the dev already promised to bring more optimization size in the future. This might be the consideration from the dev. Wuthering Waves use Unreal Engine 4. While this allows for more detailed textures and combat animations, it often results in larger file sizes per asset compared to Unity-based games. The version 3.0 update was a primary contributor to this recent size spike. While in mobile you now can do resource cleanup to optimize the size, but this will result in you are unable to co-op with your friends. Though not really you can do much in co-op really, unless taking the flowers and materials. Another reason, this was supposed to be generosity perception. This move was widely seen as a successful damage control or goodwill gesture from Kuro Games to apologize for the technical issues of version 1.0. As some of you know, some players, if not many, still perceive 1.0 as the worst patch in the game, maybe from the pace, the storytelling, by how they explain the lore or others, even though I really never think so. I enjoyed 1.0 actually, especially the battle against Dreamless, and the version 1.1 was also better too. It was at that time when I fell in love with this game and the best character, for me at least, which is Xiangli. And so, version 1.2 effectively brought back the player's trust. Overall, patch 1.2 is remembered as the redemption patch. It proved that Kuro Games was willing to listen to feedback and respect players' time or investment by giving a strong free character like Xiangli Yao. Xiangli Yao was strong, guys. It stabilized the player base and set a positive tune for future updates and so on. So those are the 3 reasons why Kuro might never implement Xiangli Yao's story quest ever again. There might be other reasons too. You can also put your opinions in the comment section. I make this video purely because I really feel Kuro gives unfair treatment to Xiangli Yao. Not only by how they gave him for free to players as an apology, they also removed the only thing that can tie the players to him as character in a story. I just don't understand why. Xiangli Yao exists in game, but narratively, he is a ghost. A gap that Kuro themselves might have chosen to bury. I hope Kuro add this event as permanent someday to not only play the managing stall minigames, but also play his story as a whole, because his story was well written and I really enjoy it. I appreciate cool male characters as well, let alone a DPS at that time too. I hope you enjoy this type of content because it's my first time making something like this. If you have anything else to discuss, please let me know. And peace, Rovers.